Warriors, as the Lakers played shorthanded as well on Monday night. But how disconcerting are these injuries at this point from the Lakers, albeit good news that we got on Monday?
It's all good news, but let's just go ahead and call it what it is. When Anthony Davis hit his hand against the backboard, you heard the wind go out of the whole West Coast out in California like, no, here we go again, because this was the one thing we were worried about, Anthony Davis having those small type of injuries that could hold him down. Now, come back, everything's good, gets back on the floor. Now let's get back to playing good basketball. The only thing I'm concerned is your right hand, your shooting hand. It's your favorite hand you like to block shots with. So hopefully they'll put some tape on or do whatever to get him going. But please, AD, do the best you can to stay healthy.
You know, maybe Anthony Davis has taken a bad rap about his injury history because except for the weird situation in New Orleans last year, he's actually played a bunch of games the last several years. The issue, though, is he comes out of a lot of games. Right. And you have to wonder, with the lack of depth, particularly at the 4 and 5 spot for the Lakers, how badly they need AD to play maybe the most amount of minutes he's ever played this year.
And to your point, Jerry, it's the talent. We know JaVale McGee, what he brings to the table. People are excited. Maybe Dwight has something left. Maybe he can be a rebound and force defender. But AD is almost unguardable when he's on the flow, when he's on that wing, right there in the mid-post. Baseline moves, the baby hook. But if that thumb is sore, let's call it what it is. He's not going to have the same confidence to shoot that little fadeaway we like to see night in and night out. So get back to 100%, take care of your body, and let's just pray you don't have too many of those Nick injuries we've seen the last couple of years.
And listen, there's always pressure on LeBron because he's one of the greatest to ever play the game. But there may be more pressure than there ever has been on Anthony Davis and a guy who put the spotlight on himself over the summer, Kyle Kuzma. For these two guys to start out of the gate injured, what does that do to them to try and get acclimated with this new-look roster and start fast for this team, which actually has a pretty favorable schedule the first 10, 20 games?
Anthony Davis, I'm not as worried about as most people outside of the injuries, but you bring up a great point with Kuzma. Do you start him? Do you bring him off the bench? How do you figure that out? Because if, say, JaVale McGee starts and Anthony Davis starts, then LeBron has to play the 3. You're not starting Kuzma at the 2, so you have to bring him off the bench. Now, Frank Vogel and that coaching staff has to figure out what type of offense are you running. We know LeBron has said he'll give the ball up some, and yes, let's run the offense through AD. I like hearing all that. But LeBron, until you showed me that in year 17, you willing to change your stripes just like that, it's hard to do. If you do it, Anthony Davis stays healthy, you bring Kuzma off the bench. Now Frank Vogel may figure out a nice little system there.
Real quick, how excited are you for Steph Curry this season?
I'm very excited. Media day, I asked Steve Kerr, this could be the year Steph leads the league in scoring, maybe 35, 36. He goes, I don't know, it's going to be tough.
I mean, talking about him maybe having the best offseason of his career.
I know, real quick, then we're going to break. Last couple of years, Steph Curry.
As long as you want. They're not going to break if you keep talking.
Now, check this out. Steph Curry didn't play in, 16 to 18 fourth quarters over the last couple of years?
Right.
Now there's going to be a lot of those fourth quarters. They're going to be in the ball game. Steve kind of has to leave him in because you want to try to win those ball games.
Right. The decision in the past was, will they play for the number 1 seed?
Exactly.
This year, they may have to be playing to get into the playoffs.
Exactly. And a lot of those games, you're going to be in the game. Steph has 40. You got a game tomorrow night. Do you leave him in?
One big. So let's talk here about Tyler Herro, who looked really impressive. You have Dion Waiters missing some time here, and Herro, what type of role do you expect him to play in this Erik Spoelstra offense?
Well, great point you bring up, Jared, because I think Erik Spoelstra is trying to figure out how do we use him.
Right.
Showing tonight he can come off screen, catch and shoot, moving well without the basketball. A lot of young guys coming to the NBA, they either need the ball in their hands or come off screens. Well, he showed tonight where he can go backdoor, get some layoffs, dribble handoffs, put the ball on the floor a couple times. Anytime you're a shot maker, and we know how Miami likes to share the basketball with Erik Spoelstra's system, now he may be able to find his way on the floor. Question is, will he be able to put the effort on the defensive end? That may take a while, but one thing we know about our NBA, if you can put the ball in the hole, coaches will find a way to get you on the floor.
Well, you got to play defense.
You got to play it. You got to play it. You got to play some defense. He's trying to prove to people
he can be more than just a scorer. But as I mentioned, this Miami team, unfortunately, over the last several years has had the injury bug, which may find a spot for Herro. We'll see how much he can get. Let's give you more. Hey, how about Steven Adams and Chris Paul sitting this one out as we've got the Thunder taking on Dallas, and it's the Unicorn, Porzingis and Luka Doncic. Doncic from downtown.
Deep downtown. It's going to be fun watching these two guys figure out their chemistry as Dallas try to figure out who they are, but good hands, good finish.
Good to see J.J. Barea back out there. Huh?
Yes, good call, good call.
Then Porzingis from downtown.
Leave it.
Dallas was up big at the break. On to the third quarter. More of Luka the Dom. Oh, look at the move.
Come on, that's too early, Lou. That's too early, Lou. Save some of that Don stuff to later.
Then Doncic.
Oh, see, no, just stop it, Jared. It's too early for all that.
You got to
save some of it.
You got to go get that big 7-footer.
Ooh, I said it a few seconds ago. The chemistry is going to come. Oh.
By the way, DeLon Wright.
Okay, DeLon.
Sneaky, real big offseason acquisition.
Good call. He started to find himself before he left Toronto and bringing that confidence to Dallas, to your point.
All right, so you had Doncic with 19 and 10, Porzingis with 17 and 13.
Hey, Lou. Hey, Lou, man, chill out, man. It's too early for all that. Round it back between your legs. I know it's going to take a few more games, maybe a month. I don't know how long it's going to take, Jared. For he and the Unicorn to get on the same page.
They look pretty good.
They look very good. Unicorn, his touch is there. It's just a matter for his legs get back under him, up and down the court. The first couple weeks may be a little tired. But the way Luka and the Unicorn can get on the same page, and you brought up a great point. And DeLon Wright, sneakily, what he brings to the table. Now you bring back JJ, his toughness. We already know how great of a coach Rick Carlisle is. He's going to figure out a system for his guys to share the basketball, get good shots. Defensively, each night, can they get stops? It remains to be seen. But if you're a Dallas Maverick fan, yes, I'm excited about this season. We don't know what's going to happen. We know the West is extremely deep, but we know we got two guys we can bring to the fight every night and make things very interesting.
You mentioned the defense. That's why I'm so excited for DeLon Wright to be there. That takes the pressure of even having to think about Luka having to guard the opponent's point guard. That will never have to happen.
Great call. Now with DeLon Wright's length, his athleticism, youth in those legs, and he has his confidence that he brought from Toronto.
Let's go and check out the number 2 pick. He was in action on Monday night. You've got Ja Morant and the Grizzlies hosting the Charlotte Hornets.
Ja. Okay, Ja. Yeah.
Can I just say how great it was tuning into League Pass here? Pete Pranica worked the broadcast, calling Ja Morant's doing this. Oh, that's nasty. Little Brevin Knight action on this broadcast. Come on, guys.
Ooh, Ja.
So good coast to coast.
Ooh, Ja. I know they're rebuilding in Memphis, but that's fun to rebuild with he and...
And then listen, Brandon Clark, as Pranica was talking about there in the broadcast, he was not just a summer league sensation and then he went away. Brandon Clark's going to be big time this year.
You throw him in with Jaren Jackson Jr.?
He has 16 and 12. Back to Ja Morant. Bucket end the foul.
It's going to be fun. These young guys are going to have fun.
Morant, 15.6 assists. He was just 4 of 13 from the field, though. Here's Terry Rozier, the new addition for Charlotte.
Terry.
24 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds.
Oh, no, you didn't, Ja. Yes, you did try. Hey, he might have missed. That's the best miss already in preseason. I love it, these young guys. I love it.
We're okay with showing out the preseason, right?
Hey, I know it's early and they getting me excited, but between Luka and now Ja, just the fact that in preseason, I think he had a little small surge over, since the draft.
Yep.
Now you're healthy. You're showing people you took the rest, and now you're ready to attack this game. And like I said earlier, you got Jaren Jackson Jr. shooting threes. You got him attacking. They got Jay Crowder. So they do have a couple vets to make sure they play the right way every night. You're not going to be a lot of teams. We know that. But just play the right way. Stay professional. You have the right guys around them to make sure they do that. I'm excited for those young guys.
And they're going to get minutes and opportunities.
Going to get minutes. They're going to play. You just got to make sure they don't pick up any bad habits. We always see young teams do that. But those guys, I think they're going to play the right way.
Well, it's going to be exciting for these two teams who were rebuilding with Charlotte and Memphis.
Come back. Got me excited.
With the team who's done rebuilding, the Philadelphia 76ers. We'll take a snapshot of a rookie when we come back and explain about